What's up, YouTube? I'm Max. Wait a second. Something's wrong. Now this is better. So first of all, I would like to thank everyone for the amounts of love and support that you gave me. You just came back from my vacation and already I hit 100 subscribers. So thanks to everyone that showed some love, that gave me some great comments and continued to view my videos. So on behalf of that, I just played a 1-2 session where I seems to always hit. So on behalf of that, let's roll, baby. First hand of the night was ace jack offsuit in the middle position. There's one limper, so I raise it up at 15 blinds. And there's two colors pre-flop. The flop was queen of spade, nine of diamond, and a jack of diamond. The first limper do a dunk bet of $20. So here, since I only have middle pair, not really a strong hand, and there could be a lot of flush here, flush draw, straight draw. So I decided to go on the more safer route and just make a call. And the low jack decided to fold, so we are heads up to see a turn, which was a jack of clubs. That improved my hands to a set. And then there's again the first limper decided to put another bet of $20. So here I wanted to try to find some information. Was he trying to catch a flush draw, a straight draw? Does he only have a queen as well, or two pairs? So with that all in mind, I decided to raise it up at $75 and he makes the call. The river was a nine of heart here and he decided to check. Since I'm having a full house, I decided to go all in. It was an easy decision because if he had a queen 10 or queen jack, okay, that's a cooler situation here. If he had queens, cooler situation again, but you never know. But since you have maybe a king 10, he had a straight, or any 9 could call me here. So I decided to go all in. And to my surprise, he shows ace of diamond and a queen of clubs. So that was a rather loose call from his part, but it's a nice one for me. Second hand was pocket jacks. There's two limpers, so I pump it up at 25. And since it's only jacks, I wanted to put a higher bet because there are people who will call often will have either ace kings, king queens, or higher cards in their hands. So anyway, I put a $25 bet, and there's a big blind calls, and the first two limpers as well called. We see a flop, which was an ace, 9, and 10 with two spades. Everyone here decided to check. I decided to check as well because I have pocket jacks. There's an ace on the board, and it's kind of a wet board as well. So I decided to put on the safe spot, and if my jack got cracked, they got cracked anyway. So I decided to check. Everyone checks, and the turn was an 8 of club here. So here I decided to put a bet of $30 to see where people are at. Are they like trying to reach a flush draw? Do they have an ace, or do they have like a king queen here? So anyway, I decided to put a bet of $30. The big blind calls and the middle position calls. And we see a river, which was a queen of spade here. Now the flush got on the board, and the middle position decided to lead for $30 here. So since I have a straight, there's no reason here to pump it up higher because what worse could call me? King 10 is a higher straight than mine, and any spades would call. So here, I don't think any two pairs here would call, or only a ace queen, ace. Anyway, so only better would call me, so I just decided to go on a safer route and put the bet of $30. And the villain shows queen 9 of heart here for two pairs, so that's it. Third hand of the night was ace jack offsuit. It seems like I like to play a jacks tonight. Anyway, I'm in the middle position here. There's the under the gun +1, decided to lead for $12. I decided to make the call. There's no reason here to raise it up. There's the low jack, the high jack, small blind makes the call. So we're 5 ways to see a flop, which was 6 of club, jack of diamond, and a 2 of diamond. Here the small blind decided to lead for $25. I decided to just make the call, and the high jack decided to call as well. The turn was a 6 of spade. Still again, the small blind decided to leave for $50. Now I'm probably thinking, what can he have AC, like trying to catch a diamond here? Or does he got his pair of 6? So maybe like 6, 7 of diamonds. Could possibly. So I decided to just make the call of $50 because there's one behind me. And the hijack decided to call as well. The river was a 3 of hearts. So the flush draw didn't got on the board. And so technically the 3 might be a brick, but not really, because 5, 4 of diamond could possibly someone's range here. So anyway, the small blind decided to go check here. So I sensed like weakness for sure. He was trying to catch a flush draw. So I decided to put a value bet for my jack. So I put a $75, and the hijack decided to make the call. And he shows queen jack. So I make a little town, value town here for my pair. My next hand was pocket 4s here. There's 2 limpers. I'm in the cutoff position, so I decided to put a raise at $15. And to my surprise, we're 6 players who decided to call at $15, and we're like to see a flop, which came out to be a 2 of diamond, 5 of heart, and a 4 of heart. Bingo! I hit my set, and as I always say that if you're multi-ways and you have a set, don't slow play them. And as you can see, there's a lot of wet board here. Possibility of a flush draw here, or even if you're not an ace, you could have like trying to catch your straight. So anyways, everyone checks, and I'm in the cutoff position, so I decided to put a bet of $40, and only the bottom calls here. The turn was a 9 of diamond here. So since it's a lot of wet board, and if you had a higher pair, this player would probably raise me on the flop, and I'm putting him more on a flush draw, so I decided to put a trap and check, and he goes all in for 110, which was kind of small, and I decided to make the calls, and he shows queen king of heart here. So he was trying to hit his flush draw, and the river was a 7 of spades, so I dodged that heart. So my next hand here, I got pocket queens, and I would like to have your insight on that, because my pocket queens tonight seems to be a bit weird place. Anyway, there's 2 straddle here, so I'm playing 1, 2. So first straddle is 5, second straddle is 10. So I'm in the middle position, so I decided to put a raise at $40 here, and the both straddler calls. 3 ways to say flop, which was 6 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds, and a 10 of spades. It goes check, check. So with a higher pair here, I decided to put $50, and only the undergun decided to make the call. The river was a jack of spades here. So since I've shown a lot of strength, and normally this guy don't tend to call too often, even though it's a bit weird. He must show a lot of strength, so I decided to just check here. Even though it's a lot of wet board here, and he could like try to catch his flush draw, or he might have ace king, or maybe a 10 here. So I think I should have put a bet here, but I decided to just check and see a river. River was a 5 of diamond, and he decided to go all in for 220. So now the pot, he put all in for the pot technically. And I think I've shot myself in the foot, because I showed weakness on the turn, and he probably like saw that as well, and he decided to go all in. So his bet was probably a lot of polarized, because he can show like a set of 10s maybe, and he set 6, 7. He could got his flush as well of diamond. So anyway, I think I played bad on the turn, so I decided to make a full on the river, and tell me what you think. My next hand was pocket aces. Oh my god, you like them when you see them. Anyway, I'm in the low jack position. There's 1 limper, so I decided to put a raise of $20, and there's 5 callers pre-flop. The flop was 4 of diamond, 3 of diamond, and jack of club. Since there are 5 colors, I don't really like to have too much players inside the hand with your aces because aces tend to get cracked. Anyway, with this flop, I decided to make a lead because it could be a lot of flush draw here, and I'm trying to get information from people because at 1-2 games, they play a lot of loose guys. Anyway, so I decided to put a bet of $35, and the hijack decided to call as well. The turn was an 8 of diamonds here, so I put a bet of $75 because now I'm having my ace of diamonds in my hand, so I could represent that I have it flush. So I decided to put a bet of $75, and the hijack calls as well. The river was a jack of diamond here. I got the flush nuts on the river. However, I must be careful because if he had a set of 4, set of 3s, he got a boat technically. And so I gotta be careful here. So I think the max value here I could get is like around a third of a pot to do like a little blocker bet. Because if you have any jack, he would probably call me here with like, if I put too much of a high price here, I think he would fold his jack. So I'm trying to get either a jack to call or like a smaller diamond to call as well. So anyway, I put a bet of $100 and he makes the call and he shows queen jack here. So I think I got max value here. My next hand, I got again pocket queens, and I would like to have your thoughts if I made the correct play or not. Write down what you think in the comments below. Thanks. There's the middle position who put a raise of $15. The hijack decided to make a call, and since I'm in the cutoff position, I put a raise of $55. And only the hijack makes the call. The flop was a 6 of club, 5 of club, and a 4 of spade. The hijack decided to check, and since I have a higher pair, I decided to make a bet of $50, and he calls. The turn was a 3 of diamonds, and he decided to lead here. So since he leads, I think he either like reached more his range on that flop, because even though you have a higher pair, sometimes he could like run 7-8, could have 2 pairs, could have a set here. So I'm decided to be more careful and just make a call here. There's no reason to raise, there's no reason to go all in. So I just decided to make a call. And the river here was a 2 of heart here. The hijack decided to lead for $200. And even though I have a straight here, I decided to make a fold. So I would like to know if it's a good fold or if he would have called. My next hand was King 4 spades, the dealer's hand. Anytime I have this hand, I'm trying to play it because it's the favorite hand for the dealer and I'm trying to win it. Anyway, I'm in the low jack position. I put a bet of $10. The hijack decided to raise at $40. Here, normally with King 4 out of position, you don't want to defend it. But anyway, I will defend because it's the dealer's hand. So I put the bet of $40. The flop was 2 of club, 3 of club, and an ace of diamond. Here, since I'm not the aggressor anymore, I decided to check. And since the hijack decided to put a bet of $30, does he really represent an ace here? But since I know the guy, he tends to play more loose here and try to bluff more often. I don't think he represents an ace, and I could easily represent an ace since I'm calling out of position. Anyway, I make the call at $30, and the turn was an 8 of club here. So since the club got on the board for a flush, there's no reason here to bet with my ace, even though I could have an ace of club, but he could also as well have an ace of club. So I decided to be careful and just check, and he decided to check as well. So he's showing some weakness here, because if he had an ace, he would probably bet, and the river was an ace of club. Now 4 clubs on the table. I don't see a reason for me here to bet. So I just decided to check and see what he's going to do. And he does make a bet of $50. Now I'm thinking, can he really have a club? I think if he had a club, he would still bet on the turn. And if he had an ace, he would probably still bet on the turn as well. And it's less likely to have an ace here because there's 2 aces on the table. So I think any pair would also make a bet on the turn to see where it's at, because any pair could either have a 50% chance of having a club in his hand. Anyway, with all that in mind, I decided to make a call here with my king high, and he shows 9-7 of diamond. So that's it for this session. I was in for 600 and I was out for 1600, so it's a total of $1,010. So I would like to have your insight on some hands that if I played correctly or if you would play it differently. And do not forget to subscribe and give me a like. I really appreciate it, and see you next time.